I clicked it. It's already done, Savannah. I apologize for you. But the stream is
Oh
live,
my
which
gosh.
means that and I'm gonna do this just for you, Savannah. If you want to share this with anybody, right
I
there. There you go.
don't.
There
No,
you
I'm
go.
good.
If you want anybody to come and see
Hi.
you just perform tonight, this is
Can you
your
give me
opportunity.
host controls really quick so I can
No, it's not.
delete
It's not
this
a thing.
comment
It's
in here?
unfortunately not a thing. All right, guys, the results are in, and it looks like the Mikey G's have it. And on a special Freaky Friday edition, Mike G pulls himself out of the awkward zone, out of the friend zone of the competition, and puts himself where he's supposed to be, which is rightly placed in round two. All right, Mike. This is
Hey, the dogs are with me, bro. The
Bro,
dogs are
the
like
dogs
pops.
are
I told you.
actively in support.
Listen, the dogs are like, I told you he should have got a Golden Glove regardless. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
we have Yorkies, and they're very loud. I don't think I've ever heard them bark that loud in my life. So they really, really, really like you. So Mike, how's it feel, man? How's it feel to be back in your rightful place, fully a part of this competition going into round two?
I'm ready to roll, bro. I'm ready to roll. I'm pretty excited for the role play round two. I really am.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, I think role playing, especially timed, is a little bit even harder than a cellar call.
It is. It's definitely harder. And that's one of the things
Yeah.
that I think a lot of people aren't going to realize. When we go into this competition, round two, I'm going to put a lot more on YouTube. I'm going to start advertising this because I'm going to give people the opportunity to buy tickets to watch the main event in February. Obviously, Sub 2 students don't have to pay. You guys are free. You can watch this because you're a part of the community. But anybody who's not a part of this community and wants to understand why Sub 2 is Sub 2, how skilled the people in this community are, I want them to have the opportunity to watch and be a part of this competition, right? So that being said, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, "Oh, that's just role play. It's not a real call." Okay, but the way we're doing this, I can guarantee you, is harder than most of the calls that a lot of these people have been on, and I don't think a lot of them realize it until they're in that seat. That's the part that I
Yeah.
think is interesting. So, guy, I'm excited for round two. I think it's going to be really, really fun to see what happens and where this thing ends up rolling. But that being said, Mike, I'm excited. Let me ask you this, man. You came in super, super confident because you know your skills, and you just kind of willy nilly picked to call the first round. You did not get the vote that first round. Honest answer, man. And I don't think there's a wrong answer. I genuinely want your honest answer, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
as I say this as a closer, right? Anybody who does this, who really, really does this in life, whatever industry that you're in, if you consider yourself a person who's a closer or good at communicating, you got that confidence, right? And you got a little bit of that thing. And so anytime that confidence gets checked, it hits. It hurts a little bit, right? Regardless of the reasoning. So did that vote not going your way, did it impact you? Did you just brush it off? Did it made you rethink some things? Did it kind of push you a little bit? Like, what was the reaction internally to that?
Um, to take things more serious. It's a learning lesson. There's a learning lesson in everything. You know what I'm saying? So, um, when that did happen the other week, I was like, just full accountability. You got to have accountability towards it. So, I wasn't like, no, there's no way I was better than that guy or whatever. Like, I forget homeboy's name, but um, I even knew halfway through his call, I was like, dang, if I was voting right now, I would vote for him. Like being dead serious. So I was just like, you gotta take this thing serious, bro. And to be honest, this is like not a joke. This is a serious competition.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be um the poster of the industry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to take that as a joke and to think I can just come in here and be like, all right, I'm Mike, I'm the guy. I lock up deals all day. I can just play whatever. I gotta humble myself.
Yeah.
I gotta check myself a little bit.
I love that. I love that a lot, man, and I appreciate the response. I think that's not only is that the mindset that I think is going to be the thing that helps somebody win this competition, but that's how you win a life, right? Just constantly being willing to have that self reflection taking place and being willing to take that accountability and be like, all right, it doesn't matter how good I did, could I have done better, right? That's the scale. So good stuff, man. Kirsten, I appreciate you coming forward here, man. How are you feeling? The vote did not go in your favor, but what are your feelings after taking a round, putting yourself out here, and seeing how it turned out?
Uh, no,
the ball was right. Mike did really good. I think I did okay up to half of the call, and I have in my in my notes here, I have that don't bring soup too.
That's the
And
first
I
thing you
did
did.
it. And I did it, and I did it really, really bad because I wasn't prepared. I have it in my mind, but then I get lost. And but thank you for the opportunity. And I knew when I get it wrong, I knew in this, and I couldn't go out.
Yeah, one thing
I think if you just keep practicing, it'll come to you. The more practice you do, it's gonna roll off your tongue. Because you were there, you were going there. It's just, I think you had to think, about it. So once you keep, role playing or calling sellers, you're eventually gonna get it.
yeah,
And you're gonna have
Kirsten,
more
to that
stories,
point,
too.
let me ask you this, man. What are you doing to practice right now? Are you doing anything?
No, actually, I just call in, but I couldn't. This is basically my first call,
Oh, wow.
basically, in because I'm here a month, but I really get in and well, actually, I'm in Angie's team, and why I went just one the first meeting that they did, and I get in another team, and I'm in the group, the Latin group, and they helped me a lot, and they give me a lot of information, and they give me a list to call just to try it out. And that's the list that I'm calling, but nobody is talking basically in
Yeah.
those calls. But so this one was my first call.
Yeah, so let me say this, Kirsten. Do you mind if I give you a little bit of feedback, bro?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so the first thing I would say is immediately figure out a way to change the answer of are you practicing, right? Find a group, connect with somebody, do something to put yourself in an environment where you're going to receive consistent training and consistent practice. That's what you need. When I listen to you, what I hear is a person who heard somebody else do this and they're trying to do what that other person did, right? Which is fine. But if I watch LeBron play basketball, that does not mean because I watch 10, I'm going to pick up this ball and I'm going to go out there and start dunking, right? I'm 5'9".
Right.
It's an unrealistic expectation, unfortunately. I mean, I can jump, but I can't do that, if I'm being honest. So but that's what a lot of us try to do, right? A lot of us will go and we'll listen to Pace's seller calls, or we'll come and we'll listen to a couple of people on the nightly dial. We're like, yo, I can do that. And then we go and then we make the call. And here's the worst part. If we don't have somebody listening to us, we don't know where we messed up. And it can become very easy for you to actually think you sounded like the person that you're listening to, when in fact you don't, right? Now, not to say that you thought that or didn't think that today, but that just demonstrates the value of finding someone who knows how to actually teach you this, right? Calls like the daily dial, calls like the nightly dial, accountability, whatever it is that you do, that you can connect yourself with people who actively know how to do this, and then practice, right? The lines that you're using. I used a great story that Pace used about using a receipt for a sandwich. You delivered it completely different than the way he delivered it. So as a result, the value of that story was not received. And this is where the practice is important, bro. So, dude, big respect for you putting yourself out here. You put yourself out here and you showed up, which is a lot more. We had over 100 people sign up, and not 100 people have showed up. So big respect to you for actually showing up. Now you just got to do the other things, right? Practice, get the reps in, find somebody, reach out to people, say, where can I learn? Who's going to teach me? Who can I practice with? Find that out. And then I think the rest will just be a set of processes, right? Like English is not your first language. So if you're going to talk to people in English, you got to come up with plans to overcome that part of it, right? But I think you're on a great path, man. And I'm really, really excited that you came up here today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Can we get some love in the chat for Kirsten for coming out here and putting himself on the line? Love it. All right. Who is next? Savannah. Time to spin the wheel. I feel like Savannah's like hacking the wheel so her name don't come up, which makes me hope kind of that her name comes up next, like this one. So that way she can rip off this Band-Aid once and for all.
Well, actually, Aaron actually had to leave, so I will sacrifice myself and take my name off this list because it's going to be an odd number of people.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, though. Did Aaron, is Aaron definitely not coming back? Wait, hold on. Put Aaron's name back up there.
He left.
I don't care. Put Aaron's name back up there.
Is Joey ready?
Marcio, you already
Yeah,
went, man.
I've got the video.
Oh shoot! So
So
Joey's not
got a
here to
video?
roleplay.
So
Yes, I got a video.
we'll have to see how that works. That'll be an asterisk type situation because can we do a video versus a role play? Is that fair? Is that fair?
Yeah, this is a 6-minute call to a
Okay.
seller.
We'll pause that for now. So we'll keep Joey off. We'll keep Aaron on. Actually, remove Aaron for now. We'll have an idea. Okay, roll it now. Roll it now. I'm working this out on the fly. You got to be pliable, Savannah.
Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's go.
it's almost like the Lord was speaking. Can y'all feel that? Did y'all feel that? I'm gonna
I
pass an
can't feel
offering
my
plate.
heart.
I love this. This is my favorite. I'm not gonna say I called it, but this is gonna be interesting.
Oh my God.
All right. I mean, is this a David and Goliath situation, or is it a Goliath and Goliath situation?
I
think
feel
the
so
answer to
hot right
that-
now. Oh my
The
God.
answer to that comes down to how Savannah views herself. Because I know Savannah's got a giant in there, but she keeps putting herself in the little tiny shoes and second guessing herself, which is something we're going to have to work on. But that being said, let's do this. Let's get Cassandra up here.
Hurry, Samir, can you like tell me some affirmations real quick?
I know she's about to play this call and it's gonna be a great call, and then she's gonna just be like, oh my God, that's
But
so
she's not
crazy.
playing
This
it.
Oh
call
my
was
God.
fantastic.
My heart's going like this.
She's role playing is the issue.
Yeah.
So, all right, Angie, are you cool being a seller again, or do you want me to bring somebody else up?
I don't care. I could be a seller again.
Okay, so we can let
Let me think
Angie-
about what I want.
No, you're a good seller. I like it. Okay.
Oh wait, damn it! Is the whole evening role play?
Whole evening is role play because nobody showed up with a call. All these closers
I did. I showed up with one call.
are degenerates except for Angie's team. Angie's team is the only team that actually
locked
shows
in.
up
You
with the ducks
guys,
in a
I
row.
can't. I'm
But I
so
feel like
hot
you
right
can't
now.
be on Angie's team and be, scattered. Like she's going to mama hen you into order.
Hey man, 30 seconds.
Um,
I'm having flashbacks about last time I did a role play on here and Daniel just destroyed me.
No, I roasted you like a marshmallow, and 100% should have, which is exactly what's going to happen in round 2. And so hopefully between now and then, you're now in a good environment. So you're about to get some learning education done that we're going to work on, right? So we'll work on it. But today, you're fine, right? The only issue you have right now, Savannah, is what's going on in between those two ears, and you second guessing yourself. That's your only issue. Promise. Cassandra, on the other hand, does not have that problem. So this isn't a sales issue. This is a confidence issue. That's my suspicion, but I could be wrong because I do not know what's about to happen. So as a recap, about to do 2 role plays. Savannah's going first. Cassandra's going second. Guys, look at Savannah's nerves. She needs your help. She needs your support. I don't want you to vote
My
for her,
palms
but I
are
want you
sweaty.
to listen, right? She doesn't have any sleeves or a sweater, but there's a lot of mom spaghetti. The cotton candy closer is making an appearance. So the question is, how is she going to do? Guys, you're going to listen to both calls just like we did last round. Then you're going to vote. Angie is the seller. Savannah, what you're going to do is this little thing it's called ring ring. You're going to say ring ring. I'm going to hit the timer, and you have 6 minutes to make magic happen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just for tonight, Michelle. For round 1, this will be more for round 2 and 3. Round 2, but for tonight we're doing it. Any questions? Any comments? Any excuses, Savannah?
Just thank you so much for the love in the comments, and I'll try not to let you guys down right now.
Okay. Now, as a clarification, I'll let it slide the first round because Kirsten decided to call an agent. These are direct to seller, not direct to agent. So make it a direct to seller call. All right, Savannah?
All right.
You understand how this works, right? Real estate, houses, we want to buy them.
I feel like I'm going to pass out. Okay.
Hey man, shout out
You're
Angie
just
for stepping
talking
in
about
as a
it.
seller.
Okay, if I pass out, I know Cassandra
Let's
said that
go.
she passed out on her last role play, so maybe we can just be judged on who lasted longer before they passed out. Is that, yeah?
Okay, we
Okay,
can
for
do
sure.
whoever stays conscious the longest.
All right. I'm like, are you guys ready? But I'm not ready.
Ring, ring. Hello.
Hey, Angie.
Hi.
Hey, I know you, this is Savannah. I know you just spoke to someone on my team recently about selling your property, and I wanted to see how is that process going?
The process is going very slow, actually.
It's going
It is
slow.
not selling, yes.
Shoot, okay. What do you think the biggest obstacle has been trying to get it sold?
Well, the price, I feel like is just right. I feel like it's priced right, but I think, with the interest rates, I'm struggling. I think everybody's struggling. And I just want to get this sold. I just want to get out of here.
Okay. All right, yeah, I can hear a little bit of pain in your voice there. What had you considering selling?
There's some personal issues going on with me, and I just want to get this sold so I can get out of here as fast as possible to buy another house
Got
on my
it.
own.
Okay. So you have a lot going on and you need to get out of here quickly. Have you thought about what your next move might be to kind of help move this along faster?
Well, I'm moving out of state. So, and I just I want to get the price, that I'm offering or that I'm selling it for, but we're just not getting those offers. And I want to get my equity out of this so I can go buy my new house and just start my new life.
Okay. Got it. Well, I mean, I do see other stuff moving on the market here. I know I'm trying, I
Well,
guess
have you seen pictures of it? What do you think of it?
it's gorgeous. Like I'm really surprised it hasn't sold already. That's why I'm trying to just like connect the dots here.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even got any offers. That's the crazy thing.
Have you gotten any feedback?
So the feedback has been too high. It does need a little bit of paint, but I mean, that's cosmetic. It's not even that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I have quite a bit of equity in this house too. So, I'd like to sell for the most, right? But
Mm-hmm. Of course, yes.
because I
Well,
want to have enough money to buy my next house.
mm-hmm. Okay, help me understand this part though, because I know you're saying people are giving you feedback about the price that it's too high, but it kind of sounds like this price you have it set at is really important to you. So why is it so important that you get that specific amount for this property?
Well, I've already counted the money. I want so much in equity so that I can start a new life, and I want to have that much money to start this new life.
Okay, how much money are we talking?
Well, it's 100,000 and I got to split it with my soon to be ex-husband.
Uh-oh. Okay. Are you going through a divorce?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Should I be saying sorry or should I be saying congratulations?
You could say both.
I hear you. I've been there, done that. Okay. How's the process going with him? Is he being pretty amicable about this, or is it you feel like it's going to be like an uphill battle trying to get him?
It's probably going to be a battle, but because he wants the most too. And he can't, I asked him if he could just pay me out, but he can't, he doesn't have that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, we got to sell it.
Okay. Do you have your next property picked out already?
I don't, but I have been looking, right? But I haven't had any bites on my house, so I don't want to get too excited and find something and then not sell my house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And can I ask you like a really personal question?
Sure.
Are you guys, well, first let me ask, are you still living in the property? Is he in the property? Are you both in there?
I'm in the property, he's not.
Okay, you're in the property. How has it been handling the mortgage? Are you able to do that on your own? Has he been
So it's
helping
been
you?
hard, but fortunately, he's been paying half, right? Because
Okay.
that's what, the judge said. And so, but I want to leave this house. I don't like the vibes anymore. I'm
Yeah.
just done.
Yeah, put those memories behind us. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I'd love to, see what we can do to help you move on from this and also help you get the most amount of money for it. I've helped people in similar situations, especially divorces. I know a lot of times they're not pretty. It's usually very difficult, and especially trying to get both parties to agree on something, especially price, right?
Yes, yes.
So in the past, we've helped people um, kind of relieve the burden, give them a little bit of money, and then make them payments over time. I don't know why I'm
Mm.
I'm so sorry. My little one's interrupting me here, Angie. Do you have kids, by the way?
I do. I've got 3. It's okay. I understand.
Oh, how old are they?
Well, they're older now.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
well, I don't know. Does it get harder or easier?
It gets easier. It gets easier.
I am in the trenches right now with my 5-year-old.
Oh yeah, I remember those days. That was quite
Yes.
some time ago.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let me see. Where were we? We were talking about maybe different options.
And that
I'm gonna,
is
okay.
time, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
God. Why did I go into subject 2? I think I was just like so nervous. I was like, why did I say this?
Oh my gosh. All right, Savannah, stop
Okay.
talking. Your round is over. Do not sway the people one way or another. Good stuff. You came out here. You lasted a full 6 minutes. Loving the chat for Savannah. All right, Cassandra's taking a drink of water because she's ready to come with it. Going back to you, Angie. I don't know if you're gonna mix up your motivation. Or what you're gonna do with that. She got there, so maybe. But that being said, Cassandra, you've done this before, so my guess is you're ready to do this. You don't have any questions.
I don't think so. I think we're good as long as Angie's ready. She's got her
Let me
stuff
think,
together.
let me think about what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, Jasper, no, this is not round 2, but because closers are cats and they need to be herded and nobody had calls available and it's almost Christmas, I decided to mix it up a little bit. So what we're doing is doing a downgraded version of the role play competition. So we're not doing the strict votes. We're not doing the strict stuff and making it complicated. We're keeping it pretty simple and the crowd is still voting. So that's what we're doing tonight, bro.
I need some ideas. I'm thinking,
Somebody text Angie.
I got you. I'm gonna text you, Angie. Hold on. Samir, what do you think about texting Brandon and having him come in here and stop ducking like it's the tax bill?
I can give him a quick call actually.
I think you should.
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
Thank God Brandon wasn't on the spinny wheel. That I would have probably passed out. But it would have been cool
you
to see
got
Brandon
Cassandra.
versus
I
Mike.
don't know. You might have preferred Brandon.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Savannah just great.
That work, Angie?
yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, guys. So you guys already know what it is. If you're new and you listen to Savannah's call, we're doing a competition. If you heard the whole call, make sure you listen to the next one because after this, we're getting ready to vote. All right. Whenever you're ready, Cassandra, all you got to do is say ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Angie.
Yes.
Hey, Angie, this is Cassandra. I'm calling because you were speaking with my team earlier today in regards to your property at 21 Jump Street.
Yes. I don't remember who I was speaking with. I've spoke to so many people.
Oh man, you've been getting a lot of calls about this property.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I have.
Oh, I always love to hear it directly from your perspective. What's been going on with selling it? Have you been working on this for a minute or how's it been for you?
I've worked too much on this. I need to get it sold. I really want to get it sold. So if you come up with the price, let me know what that is. What are you thinking? Have you seen the property?
I haven't actually taken a deep look at this. I just know I wanted to give you a call before Christmas because they said that your timeline was pretty quick here. So what's that magic offer that has you signing a contract today?
Well, at least, gosh, if I could get a full offer price, that would be beautiful. Then I could pay everybody off.
Pay everybody off?
Mhm.
Who's everybody?
My hard money lender.
Oh, the hard money lender. So do you bought this property as like an investment or a flip?
Yes, and it's just killing me.
Well, can you walk me through that a little bit? What was the original plan?
Well, I underestimated. I bought it too high.
Bought it too high.
I did. It's my fault.
All right. Are you in the middle of rehab?
So I flipped it. It's beautiful, but it's not selling.
Sure. I'm looking at the pictures right now. It does look great. Fantastic work, Angie. Wow. Do you do this pretty often?
Oh yeah, we do fix and flips a lot. It's just, with this market, it's been a little crazy. You
Hmm.
just don't know what's gonna happen. It's last month it was different. We sold our last flip like in 2 days.
In 2 days.
And here I am sitting about a month.
In this same market, like in the Jump Street area? Or is this an
Yes.
area you usually work in?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because I'm not sure that I'd be your buyer at the price that you're asking there at 300K. We're both investors, so I'll just, get to the cut on that. Personally, I'd like to use it as a rental. It is a great rental market. I mean, have you considered maybe just doing that and seeing if you can refi with the bank?
Gosh, I don't know what to do. I mean, I feel like I'm just stuck right now.
Sure.
Burning
That's-
money. It's been terrible. I just want to get it sold for, get maybe $5,000 back or something, from what I put into this.
Okay. What's the amount that's going to take to get your hard money lender lien cleared?
Gosh, I'd have to get on a call with him to see what, we could do. Maybe he would work something out with me. I don't know.
Okay. Understand. Well, we can definitely revisit that. But just because we only have a few minutes left together, I mean, what would it look like if you don't get this price that you're looking for, the 300,000? What's the next step?
I'm losing my ass.
Girl, don't be losing your ass. You got to sit down on something. Have you ever considered taking on a partner, Angie?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
So why don't we take a look at these numbers? I mean, you're a flipper, right? I'm a buy and hold investor. What would it look like if maybe we partnered up on this and, maybe there's no money out of pocket to you right now, but what if we can get you in the game on this one long term and let's see what we can work out with the hard money lender? Would that be something we should consider?
Oh, sounds good. Yeah. I really like that idea.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see if we can get that number shored up. I mean, is it significantly, like, is it super close to 300K? Or, I mean, do we got some wiggle room here?
You got a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking, why don't we take a look at what we can do I mean, obviously interest rates are not the best right now. But I'm thinking if we can refi you out and still cash flow on this property, I do a lot of short and midterm rentals too. We can maybe even make this deal a little sweeter. Is this an institutional hard money lender?
It is.
It is. All right. So it's not like a small group or anything that might be willing to negotiate a little bit better.
My investor loan. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I have heard of them. All right, that's cool. There's a lot of good people there. Let's see what we can figure out. Can we hop on a call tomorrow? I know it might be tough because it's Christmas time. Tomorrow at noon, or if we can't make that happen with my investor loan and get everything figured out, how about Tuesday at noon?
Oh yeah, that sounds perfect. This just made me feel so much better.
Awesome, Angie. Could you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you save my number as Cassandra? Maybe the best
Yes.
partner you'll ever have.
Yes, Cassandra, the best partner. I got you down.
All right. Well, no promises, but I'd love to see if we can't make something work for you.
Oh, that would be great, Cassandra. Thank you for calling.
My pleasure. Merry Christmas.
Thanks to you too. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, right at the 6-minute mark, couple seconds to spare. Guys, this is where it gets tough. So I really hoped you guys were listening. Just so you know, the farther we get into this competition, the more the calls sound like this. It's not meant to be easy. And the more we do this, the less easy it's going to be. We're about to put this poll live. Guys, really hope you took notes about what you liked and you didn't like about Savannah. Hope you did the same for Cassandra. Remember both of those. I'm going to put the poll live. You have 2 minutes to make your vote. Let's see how it goes. Ladies, how are you feeling?
She had me stumped. I wasn't expecting. I was like, damn, hard money. Okay. You don't know the numbers? Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, it's funny to hear the approaches that can be taken in a situation like this. I have a lot of feedback that I want to give on both sides. But Samir, give me your thoughts.
I also do not want to sway the votes, but it's tough. It was real close. You guys both did a real good job. It's real hard to give feedback without
Not
saying too
anything,
much.
right?
Yeah,
Let's
it's
talk to
tough.
somebody that's in the audience, guys. We got about another minute or so. Is there anybody that's in here that heard both of these calls that has a comment or a question about either one of these calls and wants to kind of have some perspective on it?
Not
I'll
all
say
at once,
something.
guys.
Yes. I will say that, Savannah, you tricked us good. Oh, you tricked us good, girl. You were on fire. Okay. Like, I see where the blaze is coming in at. I was like, there's no way she's that cute and not confident. Like, she's cute as a button. So I'm like, I was shocked. I was shocked. I was so proud. Like, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Cassandra, I didn't know you were a sniper. I didn't know that. Like,
Yes.
I just learned that today. I was 2 years old. What I feel like may have given Cassie the edge is like she added some other stuff in there. She offered to be a partner. She threw in there like, hey, have you thought about renting? Because that's a great setup for the creative conversation down the line. So you
Hold
could
on,
tell
hold on
that
one second,
Cassie,
Naomi. We got 10 seconds. If anybody wants to put any final votes in, this is your chance. Go ahead, Naomi.
she was setting it up for the next call. Like her whole dialogue was like, okay, you don't know this information, let's set it up for the next call. So she's setting expectations. She's doing all the things like a pro. Okay. I was like, oh girl. But yeah, both of them are really, I mean, it was so close. Like if you had did those 2, 3 things that she did that you didn't do, like it would have been a tie. It would have been no other way. Like the tonality is there for both of you. You're both quick on your feet. You've both got awesome personalities. So this was literally like the fairest, squarest fight that there could have been. Like
It
seriously.
really was. That being said, guys, great feedback, Naomi. There's the results. And the people gave it to the Hammer, Cassandra the Hammer Johnson. I try to get creative with the names, guys. I said this before. If you guys just want to take a moment to go and post on your Instagram your appreciation for my creativity with the names, I would appreciate that. Put a lot of thought into it for the 5 seconds that I'm typing it up. All jokes aside, Cassandra, talk to me. How you feeling?
Let's go.
I feel great, but I think Savannah did such a great job. Like you definitely like took your time and you didn't sound like, commission breathy and you didn't rush any of the solutions. So I think you did really amazing there. I just wanted to, I voted for you, by the way. DQ, thanks for giving Angie that role play. I mean, that definitely stretched me a little bit. I wasn't expecting a hard money play. Maybe the reason why you decided to call me the Hammer, it's like divine, I don't know, mind melding. Because I love to use the analogy that, we could pull a screw out of the wall with a hammer, but it might not be the best tool to do it. So that's why I need this information, right? I need to see if you're a screw or a nail. Maybe that's why you call me the hammer.
You know what's fantastic, Cassandra? Literally no exaggeration. Today, also, shout out Savannah. I caught that. So today I got a random call from a campaign that we were running. My name is not anywhere on this campaign. Somebody Googled something they saw in this situation, found me, and was like, "Hey, heard you were interested in this house." I'm like, "Yeah." They were like, "Does this person work for you?" I'm like, "Maybe." Right? Like, who are you and why are you calling me? Right? Turns out it's a seller of the house, the one in Whitman. So I talked to this lady who's the seller, but also the agent, oddly enough, also going through divorce, right? And so Savannah used my line because that's literally what I told her. She's like, yeah, we're going through a divorce. And I was like, should I be saying congratulations or should I be saying I'm sorry, right?
Right.
So shout
I
out to...
stole it.
But I say that to say this, like, Yeah, it was good. I had to.
Oh
I
my
had to.
God, she is a sniper. I was like taking notes.
But here's the
Thank
thing,
God
Savannah.
I went first because I probably would have passed out like if I had to go after her.
Yeah, your nerves would have got to you. But here's the thing, Savannah, I swear to God, I used that exact same analogy with the team after that call. They were going through kind of what we did. It was a long call. I let them give me a call calibration on it. And basically I was like, look, there's people think that it's one thing or the other. People are like, oh, you should never say this or you should never say that. That's stupid. Stop it. Right? There is a tool for every job. And if you out here trying to hammer screws in, guess what? It'll probably work. But it doesn't mean it's the best tool for the job. Right?
Exactly.
And a real craftsman knows which tool to use for the job at hand. So great analogy, Cassandra. Like full transparency. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? I know Cassandra's not gonna get in her feelings. I probably would have went Savannah this route because of the way Savannah handled this. And Savannah, you know I do not give out free W's. You know that for a fact. But it was just such a close call. It was so neck and neck, so complete opposite styles. But how many of us can agree that in both of those circumstances, they were both probably getting this deal? Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Only one person agrees. Okay, Tyler also agrees. Here's the thing, interesting point. I'm getting a lot of people who are still saying that Savannah deserves to be in round 2. Who thinks Savannah deserves to be in round 2?
100.
Say me in the chat. Angie,
I
give us
do,
your
I
thoughts.
do.
Angie's back. Rob thinks so. Angie, talk to us. Your internet went out, but I think you heard both calls, right?
It's still kind of going out. It says your network bandwidth is low. So I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
I think they both did phenomenal. Like they both did great.
Yeah. Well, guys, every single night we have the opportunity. Angie, who would you have voted for? This was a tough one. I was chatting with Samir about it. Me and Samir offline were like, this is tough, right? As it's going on, right? Who would you have voted for?
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's the right answer. Like that's the appropriate answer here.
Both.
They both win.
Okay.
Gold glove.
Well, there we go. Well, look, here it is. Angie says it. The people say it. Now I'm saying it, Savannah. You getting the golden glove, and both of you animal ladies are making it through to round 2.
Oh my God, thank you. I did not have to buy the glove.
You did not. She was fully prepared to bribe Samir in the background with lip gloss. So
Yeah, man. Way to knock my hustle, bro.
Sorry, man. I apologize. There's the people. Don't blame me. Blame the people. But Savannah, like honestly, again, we've discussed this a million times, and if I got to come for you, I'm going to. You know what I mean? Because I think that's how we grow. But you also have to give credit where credit's due. And for the first maybe 20, 30 seconds, you got in your head, and then you settled in. And that's literally why I walked off the screen. Like y'all saw me walk off the screen. I walked off the screen because I didn't want Savannah getting weird distractions, right? And so I came back in once she settled into her zone. And here's the thing. You messed up at the end. You got in your head again, but you recovered like a boss with that recovery at the end, talking about your daughter.
My daughter didn't even come in.
I know. We know, Savannah.
We have cameras.
I was like, what do I do? Where's the
We're actively watching. We're watching what's happening. We knew there was no child there. No, but here's the thing, Savannah. Like this is the point. This is a point that I've always tried to tell you. Your biggest problem is you getting in your head. And when you get out your head, really, really special things start to take place, and you get really, really good into conversations, and you have a tone and an approach that makes people really, really want to open up to you. And so like that's the biggest thing. That's why I said it at the very beginning. Look, Rod had no idea that your child did not pop in there. You know what I mean? So just we'll work on that, Savannah. We're gonna work on getting you past this. But congratulations, both of you ladies.
Thank you so much.
I love Pace. I do, right? Pace is one of the best to have ever done it. And I'm not saying that lightly because I don't give out free compliments. But I would love to see a lady come for his lunch in this competition. And to be honest with you, I think he would too. Pace is a competitor, so I don't think Pace is going to go easy. Pace is going to show up because he's Pace. But I would love to see one of you ladies come in here and just destroy. Because not only do I think it would be cool for the community to see, I think it would be awesome for the industry to see. Because the industry needs to see the powerhouses that are ladies in this space. I'm looking at 3 of them that are spotlighted on this screen right now. And you guys need just a bigger platform, right? There are some out there, but we just need to see them way more often. So I'm really, really excited about both of you guys making it through.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Okay, let's see who's next. Patrick. So to your question, can new people participate? Yes, but you have to be aware that this is not a random role play. This is a tryout for a big competition that if you make it to the finish line, you might be competing against Pace. So do you still want to try out, understanding the assignment?
Can you hear me if I unmute myself?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had to be unlocked. I wouldn't make it that far anyways.
Not with
I
that
can tell you
attitude.
that much.
Not with that attitude. What are you doing? What are you even talking about?
That would be my first time.
That's literally what Savannah said before she went. Did you hear her call?
I did hear her
Okay,
hear her
there
call.
we go. So now
It's
we
fantastic.
understand what you don't need to succeed is self-doubt. That's what you don't need. Just in case anybody was wondering, on the ingredients list is not self-deprecation. Just so you know. Patrick,
No, I get that.
if we have another spot, bro, I would love to throw you in here, man. All I'm saying is if we throw you on, regardless of whether you think you can make it, will you show up for round 2? And if it happens, will you be willing to go all the way through to Arizona and compete against Pace? If that's what happens, will you be there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I
well,
will. I'll give it my best. I'll give it my best shot.
Okay, so we only have 2 people on here. What we can do is, since he's an add-in, maybe we can put his role play against Joey's real call. What do you guys think?
Do it.
Okay, so we'll leave those 2 out. These 2 are going to be going next. It's Naomi versus Terrence.
Let's see who goes first.
Terrence, I'm going to need you to be confident, bro, because Naomi did not come here to play hopscotch. I'm going to tell you that right now. Look at that face. And she's getting her hair done. Okay, Naomi's going first. Terrence is going next. I'm really, really excited about it. And let's see. Well, actually, Terrence said he would go against the other call too. Should we add him back in there? Do you want to go against the... Let me think here. We doing special stuff and mixing it up tonight. Savannah,
Does
you want to be a
Patrick have
seller?
a call? Does
So
Patrick have a
Joey
call? Or...
has an actual real call.
Right. Is Patrick going to do a role play right now?
Patrick's going to do a role play.
Okay, so we could do Terrence and... Let me put all their names and we'll see how it lands and then we can decide from there.
Okay, let's do that. We'll put Joey, Terrence. No, Naomi, Terrence, and Patrick. Put Patrick in there. We'll do that. We'll do it like that. Since I said
So
we
take
didn't
off
have him in
Joey?
there. Yeah. Put Patrick in there. And then whoever doesn't go this round will go against the live call. Are you guys cool with that? Terrence, Naomi, Patrick? Okay, cool. We'll do it like that then.
Naomi's going either way.
Yeah, but I gotta switch to my. Let me switch to my computer because I'm on my phone right now.
Okay, do your thing. Do your thing. We'll be here.
I've been emboldened by you, Savannah. I want to thank you so much for going, even though you kept trying to sacrifice yourself. I'm so glad that you went because I'm kind of like a virgin all over again, right? Like I came into sub 2 and then I just had to take like 3 months off because my second grader wasn't reading good and I could not have that.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
I hadn't even really got my swag together yet. And then here I am taking 3 months off. So then I come back, the platform is different. The nightly dial switched it up. It got a competition going.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, this is literally like my second time, my second Zoom since I've been back in the last week. And I'm like, I was sweating. When you said you were sweating, honey, I related. Like I would show you my armpit thing, but that's not ladylike. And so I was like, ooh, I hope I don't go up against her because she's gonna be a beast if it's anything like how my first call went. They threw me under the bus my first time. And I just had to get out of my head. Like it's just a conversation. I'm just having a conversation. People like me normally, so I should have a conversation. And so when you did all that and came out killing like you did, I was like, okay. So you kind of like did it for me. So now I can get out of my head so I don't have to get cussed out.
No, you got this.
Boom.
You've
Okay,
got
so
this.
we'll let Naomi go. Naomi got picked. Whoever goes.
Wait,
whoever
no.
wins
So
this-
I honestly was not sharing the picker wheel. I didn't realize, and Naomi's name just went off.
No, that's fine.
First.
Do you want to
Okay.
put her back
So
on,
now-
or just whoever wins this
No,
goes against Naomi?
I just did it, and it wasn't sharing the screen. So she
okay.
just
So
got
Naomi's
called.
going. Okay, so whoever
Yeah,
goes
I'm
next is going
sorry.
against Naomi.
That's
either
why I
way.
was like,
We're
oh,
good,
she's
we're
going
good.
either way, and then I was like, oh, I'm not even sharing
Okay,
my screen.
So perfect. That works.
Oh, okay.
And it turns out, is it the same thing? Oh, it went
that's
over to
kind of close.
Patrick
Okay.
by a millimeter.
Well, that
Right.
worked out perfect.
Okay, so
That's
that works.
perfect.
Patrick's gonna get his chance to go. I don't know if Patrick is. Oh, there he is. Patrick, you're back. You official, man?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, we're good to go. All right, let me get Naomi up here. Let's see. Votes in the chat. 1 for Naomi, 2 for Patrick. Let's get some predictions going.
Ooh,
Who wants to put some predictions in here?
Hey, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm an integrator, so I don't call. So this is
Ooh,
gonna
I
be
like that.
this is
my
gonna be
favorite thing.
interesting.
You know
Okay.
what? Integrators always
have-
say like, "Oh, I'm not good on the phones," and then they're like,
No,
so
no,
good.
I don't know. I have a fear of talking to people on the phone, so
So, okay, talk to us a little bit, Patrick. First of all, kudos to you for doing this. Why would you, as an integrator, want to even do this? Talk to us a little bit about, and then tell us a little bit about your current situation, what you're doing in the real estate game, all of that.
yeah. So I'm pretty new to Sub 2. I've been in here for about 7 months. I'm in with a group of 2 other guys. We kind of started a group together. I kind of run the back side of things, and we're struggling to get our first deal. So I've kind of been going out on my own, trying to network, and I've been calling agents and calling sellers, kind of on my own, just because I felt like my group we're just not really there, and I think I kind of need to. They don't have the motivation that I do, so I'm trying to move on. So I've been struggling to find other people that want to partner up with me. So I've just been kind of doing it myself, and the reason I'm doing it and pushing myself to do it, and get out of my comfort zone is because communicating with people is a very important part of business. If you're not communicating, then your business isn't going to run efficiently, and just getting out there and talking with random people and marketing and networking is super important part of business. I'm starting to realize that. So the more I can push myself out of my comfort zone and get into doing that, I feel like the better I'll be in my business, and the more successful I'll become, and the more people I'll be able to help and stuff like that. So kind of my background.
Love that. Dude, the reason why I genuinely teach communication is because of what you just said. So kudos to you for understanding that and getting to that point in your business, because, the reason I got into this space and started teaching it myself is because one thing you learn as you go through time is that at the end of the day, all of anything we do in life and in business comes down to communication, right? Mm-hmm. And stuff that goes bad in relationships, whether in life or in business, is in some way oftentimes associated with communication. You can get the communication part right, you can figure out the rest, usually, as long as you're willing to do the work. So big respect to you, man, regardless of what happens in this competition, for you showing up as an integrator, willing to understand what needs to get learned and being willing to do it, even though it's outside of your natural comfort zone.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Love that. All right, guys. So you already know how it's going to work. Naomi's going to go first because she was the first person up. Savannah is going to be the seller. Savannah, you ready? You got your motivations ready?
Yes.
Okay. So Savannah's going to go first. Or excuse me, Naomi's going to go first. So she's going to be calling Savannah. Whenever you say ring, ring, I'm going to start the timer. Then you got 6 minutes to figure it out. You ready, Naomi?
Okay, well, let me open up my timer, because brevity is not my strong suit, so I got to look at this timer go down too.
Don't do that. I did that the first round. It gives you no.
Let her live her
I
life,
have
Savannah.
to. You don't know my issues. DQ knows.
Do you remember the other day when Raw went and his call was like, he calls people while he's doing Uber driving and stuff? Yeah. That's what Naomi reminds me of right now. Like, she's like focused on something else and is gonna do this.
Yep.
I'm so nervous. I don't even know where my clock is. Okay.
That's it. You got this, Naomi. You got this.
Okay.
Guys,
okay.
This is why round 2 is going to be something else. I'm telling you guys, and I'm trying not to give too much away. I really hope people do their research and do their homework and get the practice in, because round 2 will be something else if you are not prepared.
Period.
And that's why I'm going to be like anybody. I'm telling you, I'm going to be training Savannah. I'm going to work with people who want to get worked with. But you guys, like, show up to the Daily Dial. Show up.
Train me to beat Pace.
What's that?
Look, I want to beat Pace. I want the belt.
I want you to beat Pace.
Oh, I want to beat him so bad.
Pace wants you to beat Pace.
All right.
Terrence, I live here.
Okay,
guys,
I'm ready.
I love this. I'm excited. So Naomi, you got your clock out? You got your nerves ready? You got your ring manager in the background, your coach.
Right.
Getting you ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so when you say ring ring, you
All right.
got
Ring,
6
ring.
minutes. Okay, there you go.
Hello.
Savannah, you are harder to track down than my husband's girlfriend. How you doing? This is Naomi.
Do I know you?
Yeah, actually, one of my team members told me you were selling your house on 123 Main Street. Did you get that sold yet?
No. Who did I talk to?
I think you spoke with Cassandra Johnson. Anywho, she said that you were selling the house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Is that correct?
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay. What have you done to get the house sold so far?
Well, to be honest with you, like Cassandra called me up because we came up on a foreclosure list and she said you guys might have a solution to help us out with that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So I'm glad that you mentioned that because I was trying to look up some pictures online and I didn't see it listed on the MLS. So, yeah. So my nickname is actually Naomi the Fixer. Okay. And we help people that are dealing with foreclosure, divorces, probate, all the things. Okay. So rest confidently knowing that we've helped probably 95% of the people that we've come in contact with in your situation. So, let's dig in a little bit and see what we can do with your situation. When is the auction?
Well, we're 90 days late. I'm actually not sure if there's an auction date yet.
Oh, that's perfect. If there's not a date, then that opens up our options significantly. But we will need to know that definitively before I can really give you a comprehensive list of things that we can do. Now you said you're about 3 months behind. How much in arrears is that?
Probably like 18,000.
Okay. Oh, this is a nice house. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to get all in your business or anything, but like, what led up to this situation? Huh? What happened?
My husband took off. I have no idea where he is or who he's with, but he just up and left me and the kids. And
Wow.
I don't work.
Wow. Okay. So is the house in both of you guys' name or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Um, well, perfect and not so perfect because, to be honest, we're gonna kind of have to track him down to proceed, But let's just talk about how much the house is worth. Do you have any idea how much your house is worth right now?
I don't. We bought it last year.
Okay. Okay. So you just bought it, not a lot of equity in the house then. Okay. What's the balance on the house? How much do you owe?
That's a good question. I mean, my husband does all the financials because he's the one that, he's our
He
breadwinner.
handled all of that stuff.
Right. But I would say it's probably like right under $1 million.
Okay. Right under $1 million and 18,000 in arrears. And now you said you haven't paid the mortgage in 3 months, or you haven't seen the husband in 3 months?
Both.
Okay. Oh my God, my heart truly goes out to you. That's horrible. You said you've got kids there too?
Yeah, I just had a baby. And I'm just like, was completely blindsided by this.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're gonna get you out of this jam. I'm not gonna worry about that part. But the question is, do you have your next place set up? Like, where are you going next?
I don't know where we're gonna go. I honestly don't know where we're gonna go. I don't have family here.
Okay. Okay. So do you know if you want to stay in the same city and state? Because what I'd like to do is not only help you figure out what's going on with this house, but help you transition into that next home. Because getting this household is only half of the solution, right? I know you said you're not working, you just had a baby, so it's not really practical to even go down the road of getting a loan modification or putting you in a position where you had to continue to pay this note, right? So what I like to do is put you in a position to where you can go and take that next step in the journey in life. And so I want to see you through this. I really, really do. do you have any communication with his family?
I mean, I do have family out of state, but I'm just like too embarrassed to tell
No, not
people
your
this
family, his
situation.
family, because we're gonna have to do some Nancy Drew type of stuff here and like track him down. You know what I
No,
mean?
but yeah, nobody's talking to me. I honestly just don't know what's going on.
Okay. So I'm just checking through my notes, making sure here. Okay.
It's just like I'm so embarrassed to like tell my family. They all said like they all warned me, and I don't want them to be like, I told you so. I'm just scared, I don't have a job. I
don't have
give
me hold on one second. Did you by chance fill out a missing persons report for him?
I know he's okay. I know he just dipped out on me and the kids.
Well,
I
what
know.
I'm saying is if we get a missing persons report, we might not need his name on this this purchase and sale agreement. That's all. I'm just trying to figure out the workaround for not being able to track him down. Because what I'd like to be able to do is help you sell this house so that you can go and buy you another one. So we got to figure out a way to work around the fact that we can't get his signature. So maybe a missing persons report. I don't know. I'm going to call one of my friends.
And the role for best actress in a role play goes to Savannah.
I know, right? She had me with that one, like, dang, we don't even know where dude is at. So we clearly know that there's somebody else in on this deal. Like we got it. What do we do?
All right, guys. So you heard it. You guys heard Naomi. You also heard Savannah. We're not voting for Savannah.
You better give him a run for his money
too,
Savannah. Okay. And men don't even know what to do when we start crying. So you better give him some tears too.
All right. Okay. So now what we're doing is we're switching over to Patrick. Patrick, are you prepared for what you just stepped into?
Yes, sir. But I'm confused because do I set my timer for 6 minutes and stop at 6 minutes, or
I'm gonna stop you regardless of what you do with your clock right now.
Okay, well, I'll make sure I'll set it. It's 6 minutes?
6 minutes, yep. And at 6, you have from the time that you say ring ring until that 6 minutes is up to make the magic happen.
Okay,
and then good, Savannah. You showing up.
Last question I have is the role play is just totally random, right? It just I walk into a situation and I got to kind of figure it out.
Yep,
and
it's a follow-up lead that you're calling direct to seller.
But you have no notes for it.
Perfect.
That's it.
All
Savannah,
right.
do you have your situation ready?
Yes, I do.
Let's go. Somebody's going to be a seller for round 2. All right. Whenever you're ready, you just say ring, ring, and we will get the process started, Patrick.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, is this Savannah?
Who's calling?
Hi, Savannah. My name is Patrick. My team was speaking on the phone with you earlier today about your house on 123 Main Street.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, is now a good time?
Yeah, this is okay.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so my team was kind of looping me in on your situation, and they said you might have some interest in possibly selling your home. Is this still the case?
Yeah, I think that might be my only option.
Okay, perfect. Do you mind kind of catching me up to speed on your current situation and kind of what my team and you were discussing earlier?
Yeah, my husband had to go away for a little bit of time, and so I'm new to this. I've never, been in this situation. I guess I'm just trying to figure out what to do, what the best thing is.
Yeah, that sounds tough. When you say your husband went away, do you mind mind me asking where he went?
He was incarcerated.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's a difficult situation to navigate. So let me ask you, where are you currently at with your situation? How long has he been gone? Kind of what have you been struggling with?
This all happened pretty recent. And I can't afford the property, by myself. So I thought like maybe I could rent some rooms out, or I'm just trying to like be creative about how I could manage this. But I mean, even renting the rooms out, it's not enough to cover the mortgage. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's difficult. Are you currently behind on the mortgage, or are you up to date? You're just almost, falling behind.
It's getting really tight. We had some money in our shared savings, but I mean, when you're not having any income and it's all going out to expenses and stuff like that, especially the lawyer fees, it's it's not going to end well.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Totally understand that. So you mentioned the lawyer. Are you guys currently in like a bankruptcy thing, or what's
No, the lawyer that was helping him with his case.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So have you guys, are you currently exploring selling, or are you looking to continue trying to rent, or what's your plan?
I wanted, your partner called me and I was talking to them about selling it. I did speak to someone I know that's in real estate, but they looked at the numbers. They don't think I can afford to like pay all the agent fees and closing costs and stuff like that. I think my husband borrowed too much against the house or something. Like there's just not enough equity there to sell it on the market. So I have to figure out how I, can sell it myself. I don't even know where to start with that.
Yeah, that's tough. Let me ask you, are you the one that's currently on the mortgage, or are you both on the mortgage?
We're both on the mortgage, but I mean, I was able to call and talk to him for a little bit and explain the situation. So I know he's agreeing that this is probably the move we should make. But what can you guys do to help me?
Yeah,
I'm not.
I know kind of the market's really tough right now, and it sounds like you guys don't have a lot of equity, and you guys are interested in selling. I'm not a realtor, and I don't need to work with real estate agents. So one of the things that we can do is get a little bit more creative. And one of the benefits that we've been doing with people that I've worked with before in similar situations, with no equity, or a lot of some people who are in foreclosure, is we help them by catching them up on their payment if they're behind, or by actually taking over their mortgage payments for them, buying the house that way, instead of going out and getting a traditional mortgage and getting agents involved and stuff like that. So there are ways to, sell your home a little bit more creatively. I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in talking a little bit more about, or learning a little bit more about.
No offense, but I just need to be really cautious about things. And I mean, I've never heard of this. I don't even know if it's legal. I don't, maybe you could just send me your website or something and I can just look over what
Yeah,
it is.
totally. And that's understandable. It is a new thing. Not a lot of people talk about this. It's not a widespread thing that's used, especially when you talk to real estate agents. A lot of real estate agents don't really know about this as well. They're not really taught this in school. It is in fact totally legal. People purchase properties like this all the time throughout the nation. But I can definitely get you some more information, legal notes and stuff like that. Any information you'd like, kind of walking you through the steps and going over all the information, if that'd be something you'd be interested in.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure, just with everything that's been going on, that it's just like, everything's done in the right way.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. Is there a good time that we could follow up and I can get you some more information?
Yeah, I'm home tomorrow if you want to give me a
And that
call
is
back.
time, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Great stuff. Really, really interesting set of calls to compare. I'm really going to be, I'm interested to see what direction the crowd goes for this one. But that being said, let's go ahead and launch this poll. Hold on.
That was a close one, like honestly, and I was trying to throw out some objections there.
Let's see here. Hold on, the polls is messing up.
And then I want you to put out a poll to see if she made it harder for me than she did for him. Because I feel like she was nicer to him. I just really do. She knew where her husband was. They could sign the contract together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I was getting a whole lot more. She didn't even cry. Okay, where were the tears?
No. Edit. Hold on. Let me make this thing.
Serious bias here.
Save. It's not letting me launch this thing. A poll has been launched in this meeting. I'm aware that a poll has been launched in this meeting. Oh, that's why. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? DQ can't launch polls until he can. Doubt me if you want to. Not in your best interest. Let's go.
I like the names.
This is going to be interesting to see the way this plays out. I know, right, Sergio? Not everybody can be an integrator closer, Sergio. So stop it. Shout out to Sergio. Sergio, what are you and your team doing to practice for round 2? All of you guys, your whole office, whole organization made it to round 2. Kind of like Angie's situation so far. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are you guys practicing? Where are you guys at, man?
We haven't started practicing, but we're going to be
you
doing
don't
a
want
role
to
play.
win, is what I'm hearing.
We're just confident. Like,
Gotcha. So was Mike, and he got voted down. He didn't learn learn from his lesson. Yeah, Mike Gomes. He talked about it earlier tonight. He was confident like you. Showed up unprepared and took not the W. Not gonna say what he took, but he didn't take a W. Got put into some weird situation where he had to go into like a redemption round and then was able to get saved. So, I mean, if you want to duplicate that, by all means, right? There's 2 ways to learn, mistakes and mentors.
Mike went against my partner.
I know.
So.
That's fine. That's okay. So, you guys, everybody get to know Theo, Sergio, and Kevin. Great dudes, amazing closers who have no intention of making it past round 2 because they're so confident they don't.
No, we're gonna practice the role plays. We're gonna maybe attend daily dials. The thing about daily dials is that it's super crowded in there, and we're like waiting for an hour, and we might not get called. So we probably just have to practice within ourselves. That's probably what we're gonna
guys, here's what I'm gonna say. You got 10 seconds, guys. If you guys want to put a vote in there, we're 3-vote spread here. If you guys liked one of the calls, make sure you guys get your vote in so that way you can get the feedback that we need for these closers. No, Sergio, all jokes aside, man, like for you and for everybody else, I genuinely, you guys, like need to come up with a plan for how to practice for this. I don't know. I'm torn on. Samir, give me your thoughts. If you're spotlit, give me your thoughts. Spotlighted. Spotlight. How do you spotlit? Spotlighted. What's the appropriate tense usage for that? I'm going with spot-loaded.
Spotlit.
So if you're spot-loaded right now, I want your opinion on this. So should I keep my mouth shut and let everybody just figure it out and stumble their way into round 2 and watch people slowly get tears on their face as the first people go, and then the other people start actually practicing because they realize how hard it was and they didn't do that and they lost because they were not prepared? Or should I host a call for everybody who's interested and give them a rundown of what they can expect and give them some tips on how to prepare so that way they can be prepared when they go?
Interesting.
Can I give my input?
You're spot loaded, so of course you can give your input. You can't even follow instructions though, so I already know what's going to happen. Sergio?
I think you should host a call and give like 2 people a chance to go up and like be as aggressive as you would in round 2 so they can understand how hard it's going to be on the grading.
Not a horrible idea. Savannah, what you got?
You're not going to be a seller in round 2, are you?
I just might be, Pumpkin.
I might have to
be your seller.
Might have to get my glove back.
I need you to understand. Imagine whatever you think you can imagine about what's going to happen in this call, and then it's going to be worse. It is not going to be easy. I'm telling y'all right now, this is not meant to be easy. It is going to be complicated if you make it to round 2, because if you want to stand in the ring with the best, you have to have been able to overcome extremely weird, unexpected circumstances. We're going to fabricate completely unrealistic circumstances. Why? So that way, if you actually encounter an unrealistic circumstance, you don't sound like an idiot, right? So you know how to encounter weird things. Savannah, you heard me on a call today that was completely unexpected. I thought I had an attorney calling me saying, does this person work for you? In your opinion, honest answer, I don't care what you say, how did that call go?
Daniel had this lady in the palm of his hands. Like at first she was like, "Who are you? What's your business? Tell me, I need all your credibility." And then the next moment she was like in love with Daniel, like, "Hey, why don't we move into this property together and have a family?"
You will be graded on your ability to break up a happy home. So
I feel pretty good about my chances in that case.
Yeah, no, I got you. You got points. You got points in that category. But Samir, you were on the call. Did you hear any portion of that call today?
I heard. Honestly, I know the call went well because I didn't even hear the start part. I heard like when you guys already had rapport. It sounded you guys were like, I thought it was a follow up. You guys sounded buddy.
Yeah. So here's what.
My liar, Savannah. That sounds like an internal projection.
No, but guys, here's what it comes down to. Like, that's why we're gonna throw those weird circumstances out there, because you gotta be able to overcome them, and it's not going to be what you expect. So, everybody said host a call. So I will probably host a call. I'll probably do it maybe next week sometime. We'll see. Maybe early January, right after the new year. We'll see. I'll probably do it next week. But yeah, I'll throw you guys in there and show you everything that this is going to consist of, because I promise you again, it is not going to be what you're expecting. It's going to be harder. We're going to be throwing random stuff out there. There will be some surprises, but yeah, it's and here's the thing, guys, like, yes, Savannah, go ahead.
Will there be more golden gloves in round two?
But here's the thing about round two. It's all points. You either score the points or you don't score the points. That's what it comes down to. Now, just for context, guys, let me give you guys a little bit of context before we wrap this up. We got 2 more calls tonight. We'll wrap up this judging, but let me show you guys what you're up against here. In fact, I'll do it after. We'll do these next 2 calls, and I'm going to show you guys why it gets as tense as it's going to be. But guys, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So Sergio, do what you want. I'll do the call, but I would highly recommend you guys get prepared and start now, because if you guys go early in January, you may not have a lot of time to prepare. If I tell you next week, you may be going a couple days later. So that being said, all right, here is the results of today, and it looks like the integrator won the vote of the people with the look of surprise on his face. It was a tight vote, only by 3. But Patrick, talk to me, man. How are you feeling?
I'm actually really surprised, to be honest. I thought Naomi did really good. She's very confident in speaking. I felt like I stumbled a lot, and I was trying to collect my thoughts like I typically do. And I felt like I didn't get to the point that I wanted. I didn't get the information that I really wanted in the time period. And again, I feel like Naomi was really confident, and she showed up well and was asking, better questions than I was. So very surprised on that.
I like that. Naomi, give us your thoughts.
I totally disagree with Patrick. I think he did better. Like, somebody said it in the comments. They were like, Naomi was sharp, but he was smooth. And because this is like my first call out of the trenches, I hadn't, I didn't get my smooth. Like, I felt like it took me too long to mirror Savannah, because I know her personality on here. So I'm coming high energy, and then she come with this odd story and the tears. So I just was not ready for that, especially when she told me she couldn't find her husband. Like, I felt like I was doing a lot of hemming and hawing and asking her to hold on while I tried to collect my next thought. Like, what do we do here? Like, we got to get a private investigator. We don't have time for that. This is a foreclosure. She gave me a very tough scenario, which I can appreciate, because I feel like it gave me an opportunity to like really start thinking, get my juices flowing. So I'm going to be better prepared next week, thanks to you, Savannah.
You were so good. Like, the rapport, the energy with Naomi, like, I was super low, but you contrasted that. And then I trusted you. You know what I mean? But I thought, like, as soon as, like, the whole beginning of the call, I was like, ooh, this is good. She's got a good energy, good intro. And
I didn't want to have a pity party. Like, when you are, first of all, you just had a baby, postpartum is a real thing. So I'm thinking that from a woman's perspective, I'm thinking about what is her next step. She's clearly a trophy wife. Okay, they're paying $6,000 a month for rent. She has no idea how she's got to pay it or go to the next step. She's probably not thinking clearly. There's a lot to unpack here, and this is a foreclosure. She doesn't even know if she's got a court date yet. Like, So the first thing I needed to do was just assure her that we're gonna work through this thing together. Like, I don't know what we gotta do, but if we got a Nancy Drew together, suit up, sis, we finna go find this.
I
dude.
love
You know?
it.
And then I'm looking in the comments, and the people are like, he for the streets and all this stuff, and I almost regurgitated some of that. I'm like, that might be a little too soon, okay, because she might be really in her feelings about this dude. So it was like, okay, I had to stop looking at the chat because I almost would have let my hood come out. You know what I mean? Like, girl, he is for the streets, like for real. So
for the
it was very
streets,
challenging for sure.
Para la calle, according to Sergio, because it was both in English and Spanish that he was for the streets.
Thank you for the translation.
Good stuff. There's getting a lot of people. There's a couple people in here saying that there's some Golden Glove requests. We'll have to see what direction that goes. Angie, did you hear either one of those calls? Rip, internet problems?
It was in and out. But now it's good right now.
Perfect. All right. Well, that gives us time. We'll let the people simmer on whether or not Naomi deserves a Golden Glove and the opportunity to advance to round 2. But until then, we got the final 2 calls for tonight. We got Terrence, who's been here every single solitary round of this competition, who came out of his comfort zone to decide to really do this, tried to make a seller call to no avail, and he's showing up here to do the role play. Then we got Angie, who has like a stacked team, right? Like weighted, I don't know, it's not weighted cards. Can you weight cards? I don't think that's how that works, but you understand the analogy. And so she's got a call recorded. So we're mixing this up. We'll still do the picker wheel to decide who goes first. But this particular round, you're listening to an actual call versus a role play. And that's what we're going to have to do. Actually, let's do this different. How about this, guys? What do you guys think? Let's let Joey go first. And then, Savannah, you'll be the seller, and you will duplicate Joey's call. And we'll see who does a better job at the exact same situation. What do you think? You good? Can you do that, Savannah? Your acting
cool.
skills are
Yes.
up there, so I think you can pull this off.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So Angie's going to go. She's going to share the call. We're going to listen to the call. But, guys, rules are still the same. You guys are going to listen to both calls. I'm going to put the poll live as soon as that call is done. You guys are going to vote for which call you like the most. And Savannah is going to put on her acting skills. Samir, can you play this, bro?
Yeah, where's the call?
It's in the chat. Angie just put it in the chat.
My internet in and out.
Who is a fan of Savannah's acting skills? One in the chat if you feel like she should definitely be a seller in round 2. You definitely got to do it. And Savannah, we're going to talk, right? And you're lucky. Everybody else is lucky I'm doing, because I'm going to have to give you the game on some of the stuff we're doing, but I'm going to share that with everybody now. But we're going to have Jeremy Davis come. If you don't know who Jeremy Davis is or have not heard Jeremy Davis has the current crown of Best Actor when it comes to role play. I feel like him and Savannah are going to have a nice showing, and they're both like undercover competitive, right? So it's just going to get more and more complex as it goes. It's going to be a whole thing. So I'm really, really excited about this. Okay, Samir, let me know when you're ready. How long is that call?
I'm good. 6 minutes. We're good.
And that's exactly what the role play is. This is perfect. It's like it's meant to be. Final call for the night, guys. Final opportunity to make or break somebody's dreams. Whenever you're ready, Samir, you can go, and I'll get this poll going.
And I think we could get you a good Christmas present here and get that sold for you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes. Did he kind of explain to you how we buy properties?
He didn't go into it fully. I know he said he was going to send me you were going to send me a text letter or an email or something.
Yes. So basically, just to give you a brief overview, he told me that you were getting a lot of lowball cash offers, like 10, 20K under what you owe. Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm. Correct, yeah.
So what we do, instead of giving you a lowball cash offer, I'll give you like exactly what you owe. So what I do is I just take over your mortgage payments and just get that mortgage off your hands. It's called subject to.
Okay.
So it's still like a regular close. We still open escrow, close that title. And what we basically do is come in. It would be a zero down type deal, just because of the loan and the price and everything. But what we would do is just get this mortgage off your hands, take over those payments, and the property would come in our name, and you would be done with those payments.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that sound like something that might work for you?
It does.
Okay, sweet. And can you tell me a little bit about the property? I know Mason kind of mentioned you've had it rented for like 15 years, same renter. Have you done any updates with it?
I have not.
Okay, and does it need any work? Do you know?
I'm sure it does. When I tell you I haven't literally put my eyeballs on that property in over 10 years, I have not. So that's one of the main reasons too. It's like I had some properties. I was living physically in St. Louis, so it kind of worked. And then before I left, I tried to. I just couldn't come off of that one. It was under, and all the other ones I sold, but that one. So I just put it in a property management's hand and just had this one tenant in there. Well, I've had a couple, but she's been there the longest.
Okay.
And so when things break, I kind of fix it, but it's more like Band-Aids. I'm not gonna lie.
Gotcha. Okay. And is the renter on a lease, or is it kind of month to month?
No, she's on a lease.
Okay.
Her lease is up in. I think it's up to the end of May.
It's up in May.
I'm trying to think. It's up in April and then she renews for May, or it's up in May and she renews for July. I know I get something in May from her. From the title people. I mean, not the title people, the property people.
Okay, and from my understanding, you've just kind of charged her the same price for the past however many years.
Yeah, I went up once, but yeah, for the same, yeah.
Okay. And are you under market rent what you're charging?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure because I know a couple people had told me before that live there that does a lot of that type of rental stuff that I should do some updates and then let Section 8 go in. They were like, you can get a lot more for Section 8 because it's guaranteed, it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the. That's the only property. I don't live there. Don't plan on ever going back. I just want to get it off my hands, to be honest.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I think we can get it done for you.
Have done that.
And just so I could verify, on my end it shows me you owe $55,000.
That sounds about right.
Okay, and it tells me your interest rate's 3.9.
I can pull up the I have this stuff in here.
Yeah, because my idea was probably to do a Section 8 as well. Who is the bank?
I go through Specialized Loan Servicing, SLS.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking at it now. Let me see. Well, so this interest rate says 4.625.
4.625. And what's the monthly mortgage payment? Everything all in PITI?
$543.32.
$543.32. Sweet. And I believe you charge the rental like $800, right?
$750.
$750. Okay. Do you think that the renter would, I don't know, take like cash for keys? Or is she kind of like locked in there, wants to stay there till May?
Okay, 12/20.
I can talk to the she's older, so probably not. But
Okay.
I can talk to
I
the
told him, yeah.
property management because she knows that I've been trying to get rid
Yeah,
of
I
this
told him
property
I
for
tried
a
to do a
while.
factory
So
reset
Okay.
so I can give the computer to
Because
you.
I mean, I could probably just let her
the
stay till
process,
May
you know, the question
and
mark.
then switch things up. But I would definitely like to turn this into
Okay.
Section 8. Probably update some things just so it can pass the Section 8 inspections. But I think we can get this done for you.
okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I have your email. I'm going to just shoot you over a little letter of intent. If it looks good, then I will shoot over a real contract via DocuSign, and then we can walk through that. If everything looks good, sign it, and we can open escrow.
Okay.
Sweet. Well,
Sounds good. I appreciate it, John.
I appreciate it. Thank you for this call, Sean, and I will get this shot over to you today.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sweet. Thank you. You have a good rest of your day.
All right. Yeah. You too.
Boom. All right. Call in the books. Savannah, are you in character? Are you prepared for what comes next? You're going to have to unmute to be accurately prepared.
Sorry. Yes, you're right. I don't know what her pain was. Angie, do you know? Because, like, just in case that comes up, but I guess private message it to me.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I didn't understand from the call. I know she was like, oh, I just want to get it off my hands, but that's the only thing I need.
Boom. I like that. All right, Terrence, you've been here the whole time, man. You pulled yourself out of obscurity and decided to step up and actually compete. You did your best to get a call, couldn't get a call. You still showed up anyways. That deserves a W in my book out of the gate. But the question is, are you ready for the competition and the role play that you're about to step into?
I'll have to be.
That's the energy. That is the energy. Okay, that being said, Savannah, are you ready on your side?
Yes.
All right.
Crazy how less nervous I am to be a seller.
Yeah, funny how that works. So, okay, Terrence, whenever you're ready, you say ring, ring. The timer starts, and you got 6 minutes, man.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Savannah?
Yeah.
Hi, your property popped up on my radar. I was just wondering if you're still interested in selling.
Yeah. Which one were you looking at?
123 Main.
1, 2, 3. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that one's available.
Is now a good time to speak with you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, are you the only one on the deed for this property?
Yes, I am.
Is it listed anywhere currently, or is it off market?
It's off market, but I do have like a property management company that helps me out with it. So that being said, like, if you were to purchase this one, we could use their escrow company and stuff.
Nice. Could you remind me how many beds and baths there are?
Yeah, so this one, it used to be a 3-bedroom. Now it's a 4-bedroom and it has 2 baths.
All right. How big is the lot?
Ooh, that's a good question. I want to say it's 5,000. It might be a little bit under that, but I think it's about 5,000.
Do you know about what year it was built?
Yeah, this one's a 1976.
All right. Is there a garage, carport?
Yeah, it's got a 2-car attached garage.
How is the septic or sewer?
It's on city sewer.
All right.
Yeah. It's in like I'm not sure if you took a look at the pictures or anything. It's in like the, suburbs. It's track homes. That's what I was like, what is it called? It's in a track home community.
So it's not just out in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Yes. So no, it's on the city sewer. It's got all the utilities. Yeah.
Close enough to still have those nice amenities.
Oh, for sure. Yes. Yes.
How's the HVAC?
Uh, mm, I haven't heard anything. I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't really seen the property in a while. I have the management company taking care of everything, but from what I know, they haven't said anything about it. I haven't replaced it in the last, several years.
That's good. Well, no news is good news, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
So aside from not seeing it, was there anything major that occurred that you had to repair in the last while since you haven't seen it?
No, I mean, I don't really like do any major stuff to it. If something breaks, I fix it, kind of just like Band-Aid solutions. But I mean, nothing really big has gone wrong with it. I just, I'm just ready to just wipe my hands and move on from it. I don't even live in the area anymore.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So aside from that, the tenants have been great. They've been in there a long time. I'm just not really wanting to deal with it anymore.
I see.
So tell me like about your company. What do you think you guys can do as far as purchasing this one? Did you have an offer?
Yeah, I was still trying to work on that one because I don't think you'd like the original offer because normally we go with half as an original, but I don't know if I can be doing that to you.
Okay, okay. What do you mean by half?
It'd be 50 cents on the dollar per square foot.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yes, I do want to move on from it, but I don't think I'm that desperate to just let it go like that. So you think that's the highest you guys could do?
Um, might be able to raise it depending upon how fast you would like to close this.
Okay.
What sort of timeline were you looking at?
I mean, I'm ready anytime. I do have a tenant in there. Her lease ends, I think around April. So, I mean, I can sell it at any time we just have to give her like a 90-day notice, I believe.
All right. So you also had mentioned you already had your own escrow ready to go. So would it be possible to get their contact information?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, let me just I'll get it from the property manager.
Also, would it be possible for us to arrange a boots on the ground sort of scenario, have some people come check it out the next few days with being respectful of the tenant, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I just have to give her
And
notice.
that
I
is
think.
time, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
All right. We got the poll ready. All right, guys. Final calls of the night. This is your chance to decide who goes forward. We got Joey with the live call, Terrence, who's duplicating that call, Savannah, who was doing her best to be the seller that Joey dealt with. I'm going to put the poll live. You guys are going to vote for who you thought deserves to go to round 2. And there we go. All right. Let's see. Who do we chat with? Savannah. I try not, we got 2 minutes, right? But I try not to sway people one way or the other. So what was it like getting into character of a person that you've never met before? Do you feel like you did an adequate job, or do you need to go and revisit your acting skills?
I think we got to ask the audience because
Okay,
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Did Savannah understand the assignment is the appropriate question.
She was just so sweet and green, just like the lady on the phone. I was
She was
hoping for
nice.
that southern twang.
Cassandra, what were you hoping for?
Just a little bit of that southern twang when she first answered. She's like, "Yeah," or I can't remember exactly how it was.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Does anybody have that problem if they're talking to like a seller and they've got like a thick accent? You start catching on like midway through the
that's
call.
called automatic mirroring. I talked to a Jamaican lady and legit low-key started sounding Jamaican by the end of the call. It's an unconscious habit. She was like 94 and I asked her if she would be my sugar mama. And I won't repeat her response because it was much more vulgar than I expected from a 94-year-old. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I wish I had that recording I could share with you guys and be like, "Whoa, Grandma, relax."
Don't play with women of that age, man. They're still trying to get down.
Do not care.
Literally nothing to lose.
Literally nothing. Jamaican people tend to speak their mind as a default, right? Like they ain't really worried about what other people think. But then you add Jamaican and elderly, yeah, it was no holds barred. I blushed. I actually blushed at the end of that situation. But yeah, I definitely do that. So good stuff. All right, we got 8 more seconds. Anybody wants to get a vote in? This will be your final chance to do so. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Okay, Terrence, talk to us, bro. How are you feeling? You could hear some of the nerves in the conversation. What was going on inside of you when you were chatting? How do you feel about how you performed?
I feel like I did pretty good overall, considering all the stumbling blocks I've been having lately. I've also been doing early morning RP before going to my W2.
Okay.
Local sub two has been getting a hold of me. We've been doing that as much as possible. Um, Walked in not all that confident today. I was mostly hanging my head, trying to not speak ill of myself because that's not what we do here.
Yep. I mean, you tried it one
And
time, but it didn't really go in your favor when you did.
yeah, so the only thing I can say that I really didn't feel all that great about was when we got around to talking about price, which is going to be something I'm going to need to work on.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got in your head, man, right? You could tell you were in your head. You focus so much on what you're supposed to say next that you forget that you're in the middle of a conversation. And so you had really long pauses before you would say the next thing. And here's the reality. I don't really think you said anything that was bad, right? I think you asked decent questions. I think the conversation was flowing in the right direction. I think what really made like it was Naomi said, "What, Naomi? What is a pregnant pause?"
I feel like I've heard that term oddly
I've
enough.
never heard pregnant pause. Somebody else know what a pregnant pause is? Naomi's giving a full explanation to the lady
With her
on her
mic
head 'cause
muted.
She's not talking to us.
Oh, I'm
feel
sorry.
like
Right, that part. The term pregnant pause is widely used to describe a period of silence that keeps the audience in suspense with a feeling of anticipation. So, like,
Did you
it was
just
like,
have a
what?
definition from Webster at the ready? Like,
No, I think she's the dictionary. She's got it all up here.
Yeah, because I'm like, what is he gonna say next? And even Savannah was like, okay, let me help him out a little bit. Like, hey, what do your company do, bro? Like, what y'all gonna be able to do for me? So,
But you know what? It made me feel that way. Having those pauses, it was like, okay, am I supposed to say something next? I think
Yeah.
that's why I was jumping in there like that.
And here's what's interesting. So apparently other people have heard of pregnant pauses. This is the first for me. But yeah, I mean that was really what it was, Terrence. So if you removed the pauses, those really really pregnant pauses from the conversation, and you had said all of the exact same things without the pauses, I think this would have been a different conversation. Right? Because those pauses change the entire vibe of the conversation, which just goes to show, same thing I was saying to Savannah, these nerves make a difference. Guys, and if nerves make a difference in a pretend call, what are your nerves doing to your real life? And so many people make bad decisions because nerves in their life convince them to live a life that they don't want and to make decisions that they don't actually believe in because it feels better temporarily, right? Here's the worst part. It doesn't actually feel better long term. Long term, it feels worse. Short term, it feels better. So we're legitimately slowly drinking poison for no reason whatsoever. So if you could definitely get past that, man, you don't even have to worry as much about what you're saying. Just worry about being confident about that you're saying it. And then the what comes later. But dude, like genuinely, dude, I don't think you have anything to be ashamed of. I don't think you have anything to be kicking yourself about. I think you are doing, and I mean this genuinely. And y'all can clip this and go and put it on social media to try to cancel me if somebody gets mad about it. I think you are doing better than a lot of the people who think they're up here in their skill set, but still haven't shown up. Right? Because you're showing up. I really genuinely believe that you're showing up. So that means, and Pace says it all the time. Anybody who's ever won will say this all the time. Like half the battle is just showing up and being consistent. I mean, probably the majority of the battle is showing up and being consistent. And you do that in spades, bro. So I think you're winning here. And I'm excited to see what your progress looks like over time. Because as long as you continue on this path and you don't quit, dude, you're the sky's the limit, bro.
Thank you.
Love it. Angie, Cassandra, Savannah, go ahead.
After this, I still want to hear that 30-second call recording he was gonna use.
I'm down to hear that. Angie, what you got?
I have something to say. It's Dom. What's
Dom,
up,
what
guys?
you got, man?
Hey, good job, Terrence. That takes a lot of guts to do that. I just think what would help you is having an agenda, right? And putting in your mind, what if she says yes, right? Instead of all these negative thoughts of what if she says no and all the other backwards things. So if you have that agenda, then you're going to know the questions to ask. You asked a lot of questions, which that's good, but she had a lot of times those sellers are going to get frustrated because if that stuff's already online and you can see that for yourself, they kind of think you're yanking their chain. So if you have an agenda of what you actually want the outcome to look like Joey had that Section 8 right in his head, right? He didn't just think of that right there. He's had to practice that, and he's had to learn that that's actually an exit strategy and all of these things in between. So I think if you just had one simple agenda of what you were going to do with that property, if it was your own, you would have in your mind would click a little bit better than trying to think of some questions to ask her. In my opinion, that's what I think.
And Terrence, I think you did awesome.
Oh yeah,
you did awesome. Don't get down on yourself.
I'm not on there. I'm not doing this. So kudos to you, brother. So don't even get down on yourself. Just have that agenda in mind, and we'll help you with that. Reach out.
I'm in for the 18-minute challenge with you guys, so I look forward to it.
Love that. That's awesome. Savannah, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I put it in the chat. Just the open-ended questions will get you a lot further in the conversation because now the seller's talking, and then you do have that time instead of the long pause where nobody's talking, right? You can think of, okay, what can I lock onto and ask after this, right? Just using those active listening skills. But I think, yeah, otherwise they're just saying yes, no, yes, no.
I do need to tighten up on it, but I was trying to use it as a cadence so that I didn't stop.
But don't get me wrong, that was still great. Still awesome call. I'm curious to see how these results are going to be.
That's a good practice technique, Terrence. I like to use those condition questions as like a pivot when when things get too touchy, when you're digging in on motivation, right? Because I think the biggest piece of really being able to help a seller get to a point where they're ready to sign a contract is understanding what their motivation is. So when I start digging in on that and maybe they're starting to get a little bit touchy, like I'll pivot to an easy question. Like the condition, like, hey, I think I remember seeing this. Is that correct? Just wanted to clear it up. And of course, you have to work on the transition so it's not like weird, right? But like Don was saying, having that agenda in mind, my agenda is always figuring out what they want first and foremost, and I couldn't really care less about the rest of it. And then also, like you said, having an idea of what you can do with the property helps you move it in the right direction and gives them the vision that you're a serious buyer.
Love that. All great stuff, guys. All right, so here's the final results there. There you go. Terrence, you got 8 votes, man. I think you did a great job, brother. I'm excited to see what comes. I'm really, really excited for you to continue to come out here and learn from all of the people that are going forward in round 2. Learn from all of the people that are continuing advancing this thing and connect, man. I'm glad you're collaborating with people. I would add to your list of the people that you can collaborate. Obviously, you have some availability in the evening times. You're doing some role playings in the morning. I would definitely go out of my way to add as much opportunity to do that as possible because that's how you're going to get sharp, man.
Yes. And I plan to do so.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah,
only because he said something about it. I know you said you wanted to work on talking about the price thing, so I just want to give you a little pointer there. I really liked how you anchored that number situation, but you used yourself as the bad guy. So when anchoring in the future, you may want to say, well, I see a lot of investors buying properties like yours for around $50,000 or whatever the 50 cents on a dollar thing was. Not saying that that's my offer, but I just if you were to get an offer like that, how would you feel? You know what I mean? And just kind of check their temperature that way instead of saying we only pay 50 cents on the dollar, because then you just automatically come out as the bad guy, right?
Use a different litmus test to be able to move forward.
Yeah, use the other guys. They're the bad guys.
Love that. Good stuff, guys. All right, so we have the list of who's going forward. Savannah, I'm going to need you to keep track because what happens is we come out here, we get all of these winners. I have no recollection of who actually won, so I don't know how many people we have in round 2. So
what Stevie said.
So we got an instant reminder about a Golden Glove for Naomi. I don't know. I didn't decide the first one, right? I'm gonna let the people decide this one. One in the chat if you think Naomi deserves a Golden Glove. So, Angie is a judge tonight, and she
Dang,
technically
it
said
sounds like Savannah's offering hers up. That's what that.
Savannah, are you willing to remove yourself for Naomi to take your place?
And then I just have to try out next week.
Yeah, like perpetually for eternity, and then.
Ooh, that's tough.
Well, you don't.
Savannah, you could keep yours
I'll try it again
because
next week. It's okay. I can try
I
it
will
again.
use mine on Naomi.
There it
Yeah.
is, ladies and gentlemen. Samir officially uses his golden glove. Naomi, so that means you making it to round 2, which also means you got to come way more correct than what you came tonight. Not because you didn't do good, but because round 2 is something different. So how are you feeling?
I didn't get any feedback on my call though. Like, what am I supposed to do if she can't find her husband and he's on the D? Like, what was I supposed to say?
No, here's the thing, Naomi, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we do the call for all of the people who are making it to round 2. But when you're in calls like this, you have, how do I say this? I'll use the saying that I say all the time. Your biggest strength is almost always your greatest weakness until you learn how to master it. It's just the story of life, right? In your particular circumstance, one of your great strengths, Naomi, is your ability to be witty and quick. But that's also your weakness because you over-rely on your ability to be witty and quick. And you're using witty when witty's not the recipe, right? So it's just like what Cassandra said earlier. You could use a hammer to screw in something, right? If it's got a Phillips head on top. But that's not the right tool for the job. And so what you have to do is get not better at other things necessarily, because my guess is naturally you'd be decent at most things, but you have to be more confident in your ability to do those other things so you stop relying on your go-to, which is being witty. That's what happened in that conversation, right? Though you used the wittiness as an intro, didn't work, fell flat. And then you kept using it for the remainder of the conversation and you didn't transition away. And I think that because you never took or transitioned that part of the conversation never was taken seriously. Yet Patrick went in there who didn't have the energy. He didn't have the wittiness. He probably spent a little bit too long on questions than he needed to. But because he got down to business, I think that's what made people feel like this is going to have the greater opportunity to get to a deal. Because Naomi's being funny, but Patrick's buying a house.
Yeah, can I add to that? Because I want to give you like more I wrote down some direct feedback, Naomi. I think just because you're right, like the wittiness definitely works, but it wasn't right in that situation, mainly because you were really trying to solve her problem, right? But you know, that Jim Quick, I don't know if anybody was on that's in here tonight, the Jim Quick Zoom that we did with Pace not too long ago. One thing that really stuck with me is who do I need to be right now? And that's what popped in my head, right? Because at the moment, like the way she was expressing her pain to you, she didn't really necessarily need a problem solver right now. Ultimately, what she needed was somebody to confide in. Like she was trying to tell you that she was scared and overwhelmed and all of those things. And I think the opportunity there was to sit in that with her for a moment and build that trust in you so that regardless of what obstacles you guys came up together, she was going to stick with you to get the deal done. And I think that would have put you way over the edge, like both in actually getting the deal and in the judging piece, because it's not an easy solution to go find a missing person, right? But if you had that opportunity to kind of empathize with her and say, and acknowledge what she was saying, man, that sounds really scary. Like, it sounds like this has been tough for you, as opposed to jump into the solution. Like, I think you would have just blew that right out of the water.
I appreciate the feedback, guys. Although I thought I heard Savannah say that she felt more comfortable and like she was like at ease at the conversation. It took me a while to mirror. Like I kind of said that I did not mirror, you know. But it was my first call in like forever, and I'm still less than 100 dials in my whole real estate career.
But Daniel talks about something sometimes where, like, in situations like that, like, is it right to mirror someone that's crying? Like, you probably shouldn't cry. He talks about contrasting, like, trying to bring them up from that low level.
And that's where I was at with it.
Yeah. So I don't think you should have mirrored that
This is where it gets
sadness.
to the technicalities, right? This is why I love sales. This is why I love what we do here. This is why this competition is about to get really, really interesting once we finalize the round one stuff and we get into round two. Because, guys, this is where its details matter. When you're first getting started in this, and this is where we'll wrap up, guys. When you first get started in this business, it's really, 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 really easy to focus on so many different things because there's a lot of moving parts, especially in real estate. I've said it a million times. I genuinely believe real estate is the simplest, most complicated business on the planet, right? And what's complicated? The million moving parts. But at the end of the day, it's really simple. You're just finding distressed sellers and you're solving a problem. So it's the paradox of that where a lot of people get lost. And what happens is when it comes to the section of talking to sellers, if that's something we're going to do, it becomes really easy to use this checkbox of, well, I called, so then I'm going to just keep calling and then eventually I'll get a deal. And, you know, there is an element of truth to that. But at the end of the day, guys, skill is required in what we do, right? This is one of the examples that I used when I was talking about something the other day. You know, when you're underwriting's underwriting. You know, the numbers are the numbers. You can't really get flexible on that. It is what it is. Contract work's contract work, right? You can get creative with your offer, but at the end of the day, you got to follow the legal requirements of any state that you're dealing business with. And the title company's got to be on board with doing that transaction. There are certain things that are static in this business. You know what's not static? You know what's never static? The way you communicate in your conversations. That's never static. And in a world where there are hundreds of thousands, guys, hundreds of thousands of people in this industry trying to get into real estate investing, there are tens of thousands of people actively making phone calls of these people, which is why the sellers that you're calling are saying, man, I'm so tired of getting these phone calls. They're not less interested in selling their house because of the phone calls. They're just less interested in dealing with you because of the phone calls. Now, how do you switch that? You learn how to very quickly not sound like the rest of the noise. That's why intentionality in your conversations matters. That's why taking the time to learn how to intentionally craft your words, the way you say things and when you say things in conversations, because you're not just competing against the yes or no of the seller. You're competing against the other 1,000 people who are going to call this seller over the next couple of weeks. And that's why getting good at sales, that's why getting excellent at communication and being intentional about this is important. Not just because you can make a lot of money here, but it's one of the only variables in this business you can control. Control the controllable. And that's why I love sales, because at the end of the day, it comes down to the details. So that being said, what does this transition to for the rest of this stuff? All right, let's talk about it. How does this work? Does that make sense to everybody? Before I show you guys this and we wrap up, does what I just say make sense to everybody? Does anybody disagree with that?
Actually, I just want to add something real quick to Naomi, like for why I gave you the golden glove, just to add to what DQ is saying. Like, once you get to a certain level, it really is a lot about nuance. And that is genuinely, I mean, outside of the fact that you're awesome to listen to, why I gave you the golden glove, because like your conversational skills are there. Like you are a very good conversationalist. Like you're easy to listen to and people will listen to you. But like something as little as just tweaking, like, hey, I tried a witty comment, it didn't work. Let me just adjust real quick. Like it's such a small thing, will make like a world's difference. And it doesn't take a lot to get there. But to Daniel's point, it's just about being intentional and like making sure you actively think about it when you do it. So that's why I really wanted to give you a second chance to see you actually put that into play, because I think you just add like a little bit of that to your already natural skill of talking. You're going to be crazy gross with it. Like, yep, it's going to be awesome. You're going to knock out something.
Understanding why you don't pivot, right? Some people don't pivot because they're not self-aware that they messed up. That's not Naomi's issue, right? Sometimes we don't pivot because our emotions get in our way, right? And we don't want to acknowledge that maybe I'm dropping a ball here. And so instead of listening to the room, right, reading the room and saying, this isn't landing, let me not be emotional about this and just transition, we say, okay, well, no, let me just figure out how to make it work. And then we get stuck, right? There's just so many ways to pay attention to this. And that's what's going to be important in the next rounds. Here's what
You know what's funny? I have a real quick, just a story on that. It literally happened to me a couple of days ago. So I made a call for somebody and I played the recording and I actually used it as an example of like where even sometimes, no matter how much you call, you have to learn to adjust. This is a seller I was speaking to in New York, like a real New York contractor type of guy. Someone could kind of figure out the archetype, right? This like a just rough and tumble, paint on the jeans kind of guy. Like, and he had that vibe about him. And we were having a good conversation. Although it was formal, we were having a good, like a friendly conversation. And just to kind of test and see if I could take it to that next level, I kind of just tried to be casual, like early in the combo. It was something I tried. Just let's just say use like plumber language, right? I'm just like, I'm gonna curse, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna just kind of see if I match his vibe. Stiffed me completely. It was just kind of like, I could tell from his vibe, like he was like, I thought we were having a professional conversation. Immediately had to just rotate that back, right? Like I kept going in the conversation. I was like, okay, maybe let me see if I can elevate this to a level where it's friendly and now we could talk like we're boys. But he didn't feel that way, right? And like that is something I typically try to lean on because I like being a conversationalist when I'm having that convo with people. But yeah, airball sometimes. I took a chance. I was like, if this works, then we're gonna be friends. It's gonna be the easiest convo. He didn't push back on it super hard, but I could tell it wasn't something that he reciprocated or received well. So just had to keep the combo going and just adjust from there. So it does happen. Like it still happens to me.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And that's really what we got to do. It's about reading the room, and there's so many nuances in this. And you just got to know it. You got to understand it. So let's show what is this going to mean when it comes to the competition, guys. When we go into round 2, those of you guys who are going to be competing, if you're just going to be watching, it's going to be great to have you guys because you guys are going to learn a lot more as we advance in these rounds because you're going to see a lot more technical stuff as we advance. But that being said, guys, I've showed this before. Take a look at how tight this can get when we're getting into round 2, right? Like, take a look at this. I leave this up here for this reason, just to show. Guys, this was this was Cassandra in the last competition that we did. We didn't finish the competition because we had like 250 people who signed up for this thing. And we couldn't
Damn, thank God I didn't see that before we went. That was
just so we're clear, guys.
It was real tight.
It's out of 90. Out of 90.
Oh
look
my
what this is where a lot of people land right here. Just so we're clear, a lot of people
There's
land.
good closers in that one too. Like there's some beasts.
Really good people. In that. But just so we're clear, people land in the 40 and 50 spot all the time, right? But then when you get up to the top, look, 75 and a half, 75 and a half, 78, 79, 81, 81. Look how tight these numbers are, guys. So what this means is you could literally by half a point not advance. How do you lose by half a point? I promise you it's not because you didn't ask the right questions alone. It's because when you ask something with the wrong voice inflection, right? This is beyond did I mirror or contrast properly? That's level 1. This is getting to the point to where you're like, did I use the right voice inflection? Did I seeing me? I'm telling you, Robin has what it takes. Robin's sleeping though. So we need to get Robin back up here is all I'm saying.
Heck yeah.
I think everybody would be okay with a Robin.
Robin's good. She needs to join. I'm gonna make her join.
Somebody please make Robin join because Robin needs to be in this thing. Robin's fantastic, but look at the numbers, guys. Like it will be by half a point. It will 100% be that tight, especially when we're getting to these finals. People are competing for something real serious. They're trying to get to Arizona. We're going to be really tough. There's going to be very challenging situations. So what's the point? The point is when you're operating in this at this level, when you're dealing with these kinds of details, these types of hold on, let me stop sharing this. Okay, when you're dealing with these types of details, all of the skill matters. This is why practicing is going to make as big of a difference as it is. I mean, probably not. Cassandra's like, I gotta buy my ticket. But that being said, guys, it's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Cassandra was crushing that round. Here's my question, Cassandra. You think you're gonna crush again? Are you gonna be leading the leaderboard this time? You've heard a couple of calls tonight, right? Like where are you at? What do you think this is gonna be looking like?
Well, I'm already asking who's picking me up because I get a cheap flight from Alaska to Vegas. So who's going to pick me up and bring me to Arizona?
There you go. So is it going to be a carpool situation for sure? Angie, right?
It's gonna be fun. We'll have Chino take you.
Chino will definitely do it. He'll pick you up in his truck and it'll be sexy.
Yeah.
He's got
I like that.
Robin, I mean, the people want Robin to participate again. Is Robin gonna acquiesce or what's the situation here?
Tell me, I've been not giving a lot of attention, just some of the calls, but I've been diverted. And so I haven't been practicing at all for all this stuff. I could be fall on my face immediately and make it easy for everyone else.
That's true. Or you could win. So both are a possibility
Yeah.
if we're weighing
True.
options.
It's a 50-50 thing, huh?
I think so. I think so. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think you'd be willing to come and do a tryout for round 1 and see if you can move forward?
And you're going to do a prep call, I heard you say, right?
Yeah. So what I'll do, here's what I'm thinking, guys. So next week, it looks like, so Monday, obviously, we don't have a nightly dial. It looks like we will be doing one on Wednesday and Friday. And so we're not sure what's going to happen with Friday. I get the feeling that other Zooms are going to be popping up. So we'll put a potential for Friday. So let's
I will jump outside my box. I'll do it.
let's go. Okay. So we got Robin. Wednesday or Friday of next week, we'll figure out what day which. We'll figure out all of the rest of the stragglers who said that they want to compete. I'm calling out Jabs Carter. If y'all know Jabs, I'm going to need you guys to reach out to Jabs and say the gauntlet's been thrown. Jabs is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Zoom, TikTok, and MySpace saying that he's better than Pace Morby at closing. And he has a wide open opportunity to prove it. And I haven't seen him. I've seen the crickets, but I have not seen Jabs. So I would love to see Jabs out here for the tryout.
Wait, what's his name?
Jabs Carter,
Jabs Carter.
Jabs.
That's crazy. Because Mott's name is pretty short like that, and that's how he talks.
Yeah, maybe it's guys with short names, right? Maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. So I would say let's maybe we can throw some jabs at Jabs bars in his DMs and let him know that people are calling him out to see if he's got the smoke. And who else? Is
Did Brandon go yet?
Brandon still has not gone yet.
Okay, so he didn't go.
Not yet.
Brandon
Did Eddie go?
Eddie has not gone. Tyler went.
Okay, I'm making a list. Hold on.
Yeah, let's make a list. If you guys think that there's somebody who needs to be in here who has not signed up and our last couple days you think they should, put their name in the chat. We definitely got to make fun of Brandon. Chris Deal. Now, in fairness to Chris Deal, he's been throwing up all day long. So it is understandable that he was not able to make it today. And he actually tried. Like, he messaged me.
I'm sorry. There's other people that were calling from Ubers, getting their hair done. Come on.
Yep.
No mercy.
Well, what happened to all the other days? Why was today the day only?
Savannah is completely unconcerned with
maybe he was nervous sick.
Kyle was supposed to be here today. Where is Kyle? Kyle was supposed to be here. Kyle said he was going to be here. But he did have some stuff that popped up. But yeah, I think that's what it was. But he said he was going to come Friday versus Monday as a result of that. Alejandro should probably be here. I don't know where he's at. But we got to look at the list. Let's go into the group chat for the competition and get all of the people that are saying they're going to be here, right? Like all of the people who signed up. We need to pull up the list of the people who signed up and call them out. That's what I think we should do.
Did Jeremy go?
Jeremy who?
Wow. I will not tell him you said
Jeremy
that.
Montoya?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he did.
I never signed up. Where's the sign up stuff?
The sign up sheet, I pulled it down because we had like 100 people sign up. Watch. Let me
and
see.
none of them showed up?
Watch. This is what it's like. This is what my life has been like, y'all. We're about to wrap up. I'm gonna show you guys this, and then we'll close this thing out. But I had all these people. We go out of our way. I didn't just randomly pick people without asking them. I gave everybody the opportunity. If they wanted to participate, they could try out. And look at all these responses. Look at this. Hold on. Look at these responses. Look at them. All of these people.
And how many of them showed?
Less than half.
How do I tell what their names are? Did they put their names or just
Okay,
an
let's go to
email?
names. Here we go.
Okay.
So we got Brandon Clark, Jeff is going, Martio went, Michelle went. I don't think I've ever seen Jim ever. Theo's in, Cody pulled out, Jasper went, Shub haven't seen him. Kevin's going forward, Daryl, full witness protection. What happened to Ellis? I don't know what happened to Ellis. Where you at, man? I think I saw Ellis in here. Daryl did not. Daryl completely disappeared. John went. Raphael went. Cassandra obviously went tonight. Look at all these people. Look at all of these people. Chris, obviously, low ill. Don't know what happened with Justin. But these are them, guys. Look at it. Look at this guy right here. Signed up. Ready to go. He signed up live on Zoom, too. So, yeah, guys. I mean,
does that mean he's got to try out?
Here's the thing.
When is it even happening?
What happened, Robin?
When is the actual event?
February 9th in Arizona, the day after the Golden Ticket event.
I can't go.
Why?
I'm booked. I'm gonna have my 37th anniversary coming, Valentine's Day.
I like it. Where are you guys
And
going?
so
Arizona?
We're gonna be at Depot Bay, Oregon, my most favorite
I'm on
place.
the phone with Justin right now, y'all. He said he is not in witness protection.
It's my favorite place to stay.
Oh, you had another baby? Well, look at you.
Okay.
Okay, Justin
that's
had a baby, y'all.
a
That's
fairly acceptable reason, I guess, Robin. You want to have an
Well, hey,
anniversary.
I could fly to and from Portland, I suppose, but it'd be a rapid in and out trip. Hey, who's to say that I'd win anyway? I can just give everybody a run for their money.
Right? There you go. Just keep everybody's blood boiling. Come pick up your trophy and go home. Here's all I'm going to say. Here's the final point that I'm going to say. A lot of people who say they want to be a closer, I'm questioning your rep right now. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know anybody who actually does this, who looks at the opportunity to stand in the ring next to Pace and doesn't say, all right, let's go. This is my time. This is my time to shine. I do not understand why people are not jumping at the opportunity to compete with the biggest names in the game.
Did Pace compete last year?
Nah, he was a judge. But he's always wanted to compete, right?
Okay.
He's always wanted to. He put his name on a list. He said he's going to be there. Obviously, Pace doesn't have to. I think everybody's heard enough of Pace's seller calls to know that he doesn't need to sit.
Yeah, he doesn't have to try out.
Right? Like, I think we're all good with Pace advancing. But yeah, here's all the people, guys. And
why don't you send me that list?
Okay. And you're just going to call and make fun of people?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Harass them. I'll triple dial them 3 times a day.
I think you should. Okay, that being said, guys, this is this is the thing. This is what we're signing up for, guys. For those of you guys who are not competing, it's just going to be a great opportunity for you to learn, for you to kind of see what this is going to be. I promise you, if you enjoyed anything of round 1, wait till round 2. And then if you think round 2's cool, wait till we do the main event. Like, we want to get this at more and more advanced. I highly recommend, guys. How many of you guys have people who are in real estate but are just not able to be in sub 2 who would be able to get value from stuff like this? In the chat, let me know. Right? I think we all do. All of us have somebody that would be good. Guys, this is the example for this, right? Send them the link. Let them watch the YouTubes next month. Let them see the tryouts for this. They can buy it. I think the tickets are gonna be like $99 and they'll be able to watch the whole thing, right? And they'll be able to kind of see how this whole thing goes. Guys, like genuinely send these links out to them and let them join and watch this stuff. It's going to be a great learning experience. They're going to see so much. They're going to see some of the best in the game, and it's fun, right? And it's just going to get more and more interesting as we go forward. That being said, really appreciate you guys. Anybody got anything before we wrap up tonight?
I have a question.
Hit me.
So if I'm there for the golden ticket, can we just go watch round 3?
Oh, so you've just decided that you're not
Wait a
going
minute.
to qualify
Just a second.
to make
Just a minute. Wait a minute. The dogs are making too much noise. Wait.
Okay. I'm just.
What did you say the date is for round 2?
February. The date round 2 starts in January next month.
And is that virtual or that's in person?
Virtual.
Virtual.
It's gonna be a similar
Okay.
setup except it's role play.
And so the one in Arizona, what day is that?
February 9th.
February 9th. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, Daniel. I missed that.
No, I was making fun of you, so you probably should have just let me keep talking when you couldn't hear it, because I'm just curious as to why you're assuming you're not going to make it to round 3.
Well, I was telling them earlier that yesterday I was not in a good place in my head, so I tried calling you to tell you to take me out of round 2.
I'm glad I didn't answer, because I definitely would not have taken you out of round 2.
So,
Not
yeah.
gonna happen.
I was even getting in my spot to Robin just a minute ago.
Interesting.
Oh,
Just
you're
so
not.
we're
You're
clear,
going.
guys, I'm gonna let you guys can give up on yourselves as much as you want. I'm not gonna give up on you, right? So you're not gonna there's no scenario under which I'm removing you from this competition, Michelle. And,
Okay.
and yeah, that's just not a thing. What you need to be doing is connecting with people to try to figure out why you're second guessing yourself, and then just fix that problem.
Oh no, I wasn't second guessing myself. Just was not having a good day yesterday.
Okay, so you're gonna compete and you're gonna
Yeah.
make it to round 3 is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
There we go. I like it. Next time you call me, Michelle, it better be to say something positive or to ask me to help you get to a place where you can say something positive. Those are your options.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Angie, don't call me if you've got my number.
That being said, guys, anybody have a good time tonight? Anybody learn anything? Anybody get any value out of this at all? At all?
Hey,
Terrence,
DQ.
dude. What's up, brother?
I just wanted to thank both you and Angie Milanazzo, because without either of you guys, I wouldn't be in the frame of mind that I am to learn and be as forward as I am right now. Less than a year ago, I was a puddle on the floor.
Awesome.
Here I am stepping forward.
Love it.
Put yourself out there. That puts you in the front.
Love that. I appreciate that. That means a lot, Terrence. That's genuinely what we're here for. Guys, like at the end of the day, when you're around communities like this is what it's supposed to be about, right? This is what this is about. All of the other things, appreciate that, Melissa. Nice to see you. Long time no see. All of this stuff, like the community is growing, the community is changing. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen with the Nightly Dial, the Daily Dial. We don't know what's happening with any of this stuff. And this is why I genuinely encourage you guys, take the time, make the most out of these Zooms when you have them. Make the friends while they're sitting in the Zoom. Interact with people and connect yourself with people, because, you know, the right people will help you get yourself out of that mess. And we all got a mess. If you do not have a mess that's getting in your head and slowing you down, you're probably lying, or you should launch your program teaching people how to live a life without any mental insecurities, because I don't know anybody that doesn't have them, and I'd like to learn how to do that. But until that is a thing, we just got to show up, and we got to surround each other with people, surround ourselves with people that will encourage us when our head's in a funky space, and then be there for them when yours gets there, right? And then that's how that continues to go. So that being said, guys, I really, really appreciate you. I'm excited for this. Next week, we will be back on Wednesday. Have an amazing Christmas. Message me for my address so you can send me my present. Samir wants lip gloss only, preferably some sort of berry flavor, right? Berry? Right? Do they make
I like to
curry
mix it
flavored lip
up.
gloss?
I like to mix it up. I got
curry flavored
I
lip
got what is
gloss.
this one is orange and this one's cherry. So you know what? You surprised me.
It's fruit. So fruit flavored lip gloss for Samir.
I got caramel also.
Grape.
Grape.
I will take grape. I don't got grape.
Flavored. Grape is like purple. Everybody thinks purple is grape, and then like, is purple a flavor? Oh, look at Angie's fingers are grape. I love that, guys. I appreciate you very, very much. Have an amazing Christmas. Have an amazing weekend. We will see you guys on Wednesday. Love y'all.